have tuned in to DAR Media. It's a huge week because it's NFL Week 1. We got a loaded crew in here tonight. True and Apollo jumped on, along with my usual riders, Tay and Lee Harvey. Axe is actually practicing. He's auditioning for Beat Bobby Flay right now, so be on the lookout for that episode that might be coming up. Where's
Chef X?
NFL? See who's going to be cooking this week other than Axe. My guy Tay, what? So we're just going to go around the table. So usually, you know, on the DAR shows, we'll review what stuck out to us in the week before. We'll talk about what we're looking forward to, looking to see in the week coming up. Obviously, there's no week before this week. So what are you looking forward to in the week coming up, Tay?
I want to see how the rookies do. Like, I'm definitely gonna watch Caleb Williams against the Titans. You know, a lot of people have high hopes in the Titans. I want to see Jaden Daniels, of course, as a Commanders fan. A lot of people have been putting a lot of hype on him. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, as a Commanders fan, I've honestly never had a franchise quarterback in my life. So, like, you know, Jaden Daniels feels like another. Yeah. So, honestly, have to wait and see for that. Yeah, I really do enjoy young players. So, I'm going to be watching CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, because he didn't play too much last year. I watched some Bryce Young, you know, see if he, you know, if he is going to get better. So, yeah, that's typically what I do. I like to look for the young players in like year two, just see how much they've grown, and if they're not going to grow, stuff like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I'll be doing, watching the younger players.
Apollo, which young player you think is going to be impactful right off the bat?
If we are talking like young, we talking about rookies, right?
Rookie or second year, yeah.
Rookie second. So I'm definitely looking for like Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels. I think even though they might have had inconsistent preseason, they shown enough where it shows like, hey, they belong. You know what I mean? Like those flashes were enough that shows like they belong. So I think they're gonna make an impact right away because what they're gonna add to their franchises is stability, or stability and hope. Now, for the Commander fans, Tech, I'm sure you understand that you know all y'all had was retreads mainly, and the guys that you thought were franchise quarterbacks, either they got hurt or this stuff went wrong. So the Bears, they never had a franchise quarterback in their history. I mean, if you want to count Sid Luckman, go ahead.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was before our parents was born. So I mean, come on now. So they're restoring hope, and they're giving their franchises, something that they really didn't have before, and that's actual premier talent at that position. So I'm looking forward to them, and I think they'll make an impact soon. And just to say, like for the wide receivers, I think Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. and Marvin Harrison Jr. I think they'll make immediate impacts too.
Lee, what young players do you think are going to make an impact? Lee, you're muted. God bless it. True. Jump in. Help my guy Lee real quick. What young players do you think are going to make an impact?
I was gonna let Lee get it because he just unmuted himself. But I have I'd say three that I'm kind of looking for, and they're all quarterbacks. So as far as rookies go, Tay did a lot of talking about Caleb Williams. Also,
yeah.
Zach of the one of the writers for our Medium site, he did an entire article on Caleb Williams. I'm really anxious to see how it turns out. I know the Bears have been struggling and looking to find a franchise quarterback, and unless you want to consider, I mean, I guess we can consider what Jay Cutler the last real, like the last real
Cuddy,
attempt.
cut dog. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm anxious to see what he does. I have a little faith in his skill set. I have faith in his skill set, and I think he's got a lot of pieces to work with. So I'm really interested to see how that goes. I'm a glutton for punishment sometimes, so I'm anxious to see how Bo Nix turns out and what he does. Really got my eye on this first game for the Broncos against the Seahawks. Want to see how that goes. I got mixed feelings on it, but gotta see it through and gotta see what he can do out there. And as far as we said, second year players, it's CJ. Absolutely, CJ. To me, he is already one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So I am really excited to see just how far he can take his team. I mean, he did a damn good job last season. So I'm really excited to see what's next.
Lee, young players you're on the lookout for this weekend.
Dart already took my guy, Bo Nix. That's who I was going to choose as far as rookies.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because Sean Payton, as long as he's been the head coach, rookies don't usually start right off the bat, especially at quarterback. And he's playing against Seattle. He's going to know what that 12th man is like immediately. And as far as second-year players, Jahmyr Gibbs, because he's still RB2, but he could be RB1. He could be running back 1 by the time we get to the middle part of the season.
The middle part of the game.
That too. Him running, catching the ball out of the backfield, he can do it all.
So I'm looking forward to surprise, Dominic Plooney, offensive guard, San Francisco 49ers. He's been phenomenal throughout the preseason. Going to finally shore up a piece of the team that we have been fucking sorely lacking in for many, many years. Super excited about that. Obviously, I think we're all, because it's one of Tay's takes. We're all excited for how Caleb Williams is going to look in week 1. I'm more excited about what he's going to look like in week 8, week 9. He's a real good week 1 player. He's a real good week 2 player, but sometimes once that undisciplined stuff, that sloppiness starts working its way into his game, we'll see what happens. But it'll be a fun first month, at least, I think, for him. Apollo, what are you looking forward to week 1?
So can someone run me a couple of the premier games? I mean, I know Thursday and Friday's game, but Sunday games.
Well, what are your Ravens going to do on Thursday night?
All right, so here's the thing. I am a Ravens fan first, but damn it, that boy Mahomes. I'm a home fan as well, and so this is kind of bittersweet for me. Now, with that being said, I still think that the Ravens are going to win because there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of hype on this matchup, rightfully so. But see, my thing is because the Ravens are now the underdogs, and when you think about the NFL offseason, you think about training camp, you got to remember that teams are basically practicing for their week 1 opponent. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to start off hot. Everybody wants to start off with a win. So all summer, the Ravens they've been hearing about how they failed in the championship game and all that. So they're going to come out. They're going to come out, and I think they're going to maybe take the Chiefs by surprise. Now it probably is going to come down to a field goal, but that's what I see happening as far as that. Let me see. I think that the Dolphins are going to do what they usually do, and start off hot. um, in the NFC, I mean, look, I think the Rams and the Seahawks. I think they're going to surprise some people. I think they're going to start off hot. I expect them to win their games. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that's probably it for me.
True. What are you looking forward to week one, man? Games, players, storylines.
Oh, is it my turn? Well, for the most part, I'm really excited about this first game. I think you can't ask for a bigger and better game to start the season off than taking. I mean, it's a rematch from the AFC, conference championship. So I don't think you could start a season any better with Mahomes, who was box office, who's the number one quarterback in the world, and Lamar Jackson, who you could argue is number 2, 3, whatever you want to argue. He's right there with him. I know Tay probably won't argue for him, but I think when you start off with this type of game, honestly, that's the game I'm most excited for. I mean, it's just the first one, and I have a feeling the Chiefs are probably going to win, but I don't, I can't really call it. So I'm really excited about that game. I think the first 2 games, really good first 2 games to start the season off with. You got the Packers and the Eagles right after that, which I think is, I think that's going to be a really fun game. Really fun game. I'm going to go with the Eagles on that one, but obviously I think it's a really fun game. Outside of that, in terms of anything else, you know what? The Jets and 49ers. Yeah, Jets and 49ers. I mean, come on. I think the Jets, man, Tay, you talked the Jets up heavy last year, and defensively, they absolutely they have something. Now they got their quarterback back. We'll see how that goes. And then, of course, the 49ers, although I want nothing good to happen for the 49ers because Eric's a fan, I absolutely am interested to see how the 49ers come out this season. I know they finally got the deal done with Ayuk and all that stuff. So I'm anxious. I'm just anxious to see how it turns out. Oh yeah, Trent Williams too. And so I'm anxious to see how that game turns out, how the season turns out for the 49ers. That's the team I got my eye on because nothing hurts worse than getting so close to finally getting what you want and not getting it. Sometimes you come back with a fire, and then sometimes you come back with a dud. So we shall see. But those are the 3.
That nothing hurts worse. Tay, who do you got for this Ravens Chiefs game?
Oh, I got the Chiefs. I mean, that was obvious. I mean, the Chiefs have the Ravens number. It showed last year in the playoffs. Ravens played good all year long. They blew out all these teams, but when they saw the Chiefs, they looked like the JV team that they've always been. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Better team, better quarterback, better players, better coaching. Yeah, I mean, better everything.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah, the Ravens are a good team, though. I'm not gonna say like they're bad, but when it comes to the upper echelon, like I say like the top 5 teams, like I don't think the Ravens have that in them. They lost their defensive coordinator as well. I do expect a drop off on defense just a little bit. Yeah, definitely go with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, man.
Since True brought it up, what's your thoughts on this Niners Jets game? You gonna be bold enough? Yeah, your team.
Yeah.
They're going out.
I'm
San
definitely
Francisco?
going with the Jets. Absolutely. Come on, man. See that team, man?
Exciting.
Yeah, I wish that game was on Thursday. They should have put that instead of the bum Ravens and on Thursday. Honestly, yeah, I cannot wait to see the Jets play. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hurt in the first few plays, but I really like
a lot of hope.
I hope.
You better hope and wish.
Yep.
Lee, what are you looking forward to week 1 NFL season?
The 425 game, Cowboys Browns, because I who knows, this may be Dak's last season in Dallas,
Yeah.
and it's got to get off to a good start. Otherwise, you know, people will start talking, and with Cleveland, Deshaun Watson. This is year 3, and we barely got like his full potential yet. And those two quarterbacks, they have the most pressure to get to the playoffs and win out of everyone in the entire league, in my opinion.
What do you guys think? It's been a popular game to pick. What are your thoughts on that Cowboys Browns matchup there? True.
Left cheek, right cheek. Honestly, I don't. I could give two fucks about I can give two fucks about the Cowboys. I hope the Browns whoop their ass. Obviously, Browns got I don't even have the proper name right now for their quarterback. But I don't know. I think the Browns should win. I think Browns defense, they had a really good defense last year. And I just think the Cowboys got too much going on. Just because they got CD, and all that, but I just think they got too much going on and some mental blocks for them. I don't think this season's gonna go as well for them as people would hope, and I hope it doesn't. Fuck the Cowboys. So, fuck the Browns too. But if I had to flip a coin, I'm gonna go with the Browns, just cause. Fuck the Cowboys.
Hey, what about you? Browns, Cowboys.
Definitely not the Cowboys. They got a lot worse from last year. I keep thinking about that. Like I didn't like their offseason at all. They did nothing.
No,
but
running back is a absolute zero. They're doing zero running back strategy from fantasy football in fucking real life.
Yeah. I like the Browns. Defense should come back the same as last year, and the defense carried last year with just questionable offense, especially before Joe Flacco. Like Joe Flacco helped them out a lot, but I guess I'll take the Browns defense, carrying the Browns and beating the Cowboys. So yeah, I'm going with the Browns.
What about you there, Apollo? Cowboys and Browns.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. They're a good team.
Lone Wolf.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm not a Cowboys fan like I was when I was a kid. I was a Cowboys fan when I was a kid because
Oh wow, that's a big admission, bro.
Shit, look, I was a Bulls fan too. When you're a kid, you're a fan of that team.
Yeah, you just want the ones that win.
Yeah. But then when I grew up, I was like, they suck. But I think they're going to win this game at least because I just don't see Deshaun Watson like succeeding really while he the season. Actually, like to be honest, it's been like he's playing so tentative. Even when he was out there for that little bit of time, and they have no Nick Chubb. Right, and they have no Nick Chubb, so it's like as good as the Browns' offense and defense are, I just think the Cowboys are built for high-powered offenses. And I do agree with you guys. They had a terrible offseason. All they did was basically just stay stagnant. I mean, like they basically just kind of just retain the same team, and but minus the coordinator, Dan Quinn's gone and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I mean, even with that being said, I just still think Deshaun Watson's inability to show us any semblance of what he was will happen again. And the Cowboys offense, they're good enough to overcome it. Like I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Other marquee game. Let's just talk about this one because there's been some silly stuff going on in there, and you were kind of laughing about it there, Apollo. Last game we'll cover. Packers and Eagles in old Sao Paulo, where they just banned Twitter, so I guess there's going to be no tweets going on.
Wow.
They're telling people to not leave their hotel. I don't really understand. Never mind. I'm not going to be able to say that without getting in trouble. So, I don't know why all these fucking pro sports leagues are so goddamn obsessed with going to fucking Brazil. If you can't even leave the fucking hotel, fuck.
I mean,
maybe fuck. They go to Mexico City and they don't gotta not leave the hotel. God damn.
It's a bigger. I think it's a bigger thing behind that. But
lot going on. Lot going on.
It's a lot going on. Yeah,
lot going on.
I got you.
Yeah, lot happened. Yeah. I'd be mad though.
Thoughts on the game?
I'd be really mad.
I would be too. Tell you what.
Going to Brazil, and
you're gonna have to treat me.
Yeah.
If you have to treat me like a fucking werewolf, you better lock the fucking door and get the key. Lock me in.
In Brazil, yeah.
Me and you, fucking offensive line and wide receiver room, sneaking out the fucking window. Don't let us be fucking roommates on the road. Thoughts on the game, Apollo?
Okay, so I just want to make this statement real quick. I'm really annoyed with the NFL in general on how they're trying to go so international. Like the NFL at some point is going to realize that they're saturating themselves. It's not going to happen, I ain't talking about the next 5 years and nothing like that. But after a while, if they keep adding games, keep trying to expand the market, sometimes there's a thing called overexpansion. They really have to relax with that. Now, back to the game. So we got Packers and Eagles. I am buying low on the Eagles this year because I think what happened last year was due to a lot of different things. You got a Super Bowl hangover. That's basically what they had. They had a Super Bowl hangover. And then you hear of infighting or, not being on the same page between the Jalen Hurts and the coach. So the defensive line, the defense in general wasn't playing good after a while. And a lot of games, it looked like the Philadelphia Eagles quit. So, and not to mention, they're saying Jalen Hurts was hurt, pun intended. But it's like, okay, still with that being said, he still had touchdowns. He still had a lot of touchdowns last year. Like, you know what I mean? He was still productive even with that. But I think that they're going to bounce back. AJ Brown is paid. He's happy. Devontae Smith is paid. He's happy. When you got your wide receivers happy, things are going to go smoother. That's just what it is. So I'm buying low on them, and I think that they're going to beat the Packers. Now, see, if this was like who's the home team in this game, quote unquote home team?
Who the fuck knows? I don't know off the top of my head.
Well,
I think it's the Eagles. I think it's the Eagles.
See, think about if this game was in Philly. Think about that atmosphere. You know what I'm saying?
They bust that ass.
I think they'll bust them. But because they're in a neutral field, especially with this, what you just reported about the whole lockdown thing,
situation.
I think the vibes are going to be weird, and I think the Packers, them being a young team, Jordan Love coming into his own, I think they'll be able to, steal one away from the Eagles in week 1.
Tay, what's your thoughts? Packers, Eagles.
I'm excited for this game too. I like the NFL.
Back up a little bit.
Thursday and Friday game. They could have put the 49ers Jets up here, but I'll take this as well. I like the Eagles in this. I think the Eagles are getting slept on a little too much. I've been hearing a lot of Eagles hate. Like, I have bets with people. People were saying Eagles aren't going to the playoffs, stuff like that. I think that's crazy. Yeah, I'm not sleeping on the Eagles. As much as I don't like them, I know they're talented across the board, especially on offense. That's the thing. I'm really looking at their offense, and their coaching staff. They they didn't clean house. They got new coordinators for sure. So I like the Eagles. I do like the Packers as well, like this season, but I think the Eagles are gonna run the table in the NFC like they did 2 years ago. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Lee, what do you got for Eagles Packers? Sao Paulo.
I got the Eagles winning this game. Although I feel like it's going to be a 34-28, 34-31 type game. Both offenses they look pretty stacked. I mean, the Eagles, they already mentioned the important weapons there, but on Green Bay, you already know that the quarterback he just got paid. They brought in Josh Jacobs, all those young receivers. I feel like it's going to be one that will probably be decided on the last possession.
Got it. True. What about you, man? Thoughts on Eagles Packers? Sao
I
Paulo,
think
the whole situation.
Well, I won't comment on on where the game is taking place and all the nonsense behind that, but I will say I expect a great offensive game. I think really interested to see what the Packers come with. But if I had to pick, man, I got to go with the Eagles. I think the Eagles are very, very much so geared up for a really good season. And I'm not a big Eagles believer, but I think for some reason this season is going to be a good season for them. I think the nonsense of what happened last season, it's a stench. It's a stench on the Eagles because they had an extremely disappointing close to their season, extremely disappointing end to their season. And I mean, if they are who they say they are, you're going to come out ready to play, come out with some fire behind you. So I'm assuming the Eagles get the win. But if they somehow lost, I would not be surprised either. But I'm going to take the Eagles.
Axe is just showing up eating fettuccine and shrimp. What are you most looking forward to in the upcoming week one, Axe? What's your what's at the top of your list of things you're looking to see this weekend? Whether game, player, storyline, what are you into?
It's a multitude of things, honestly. One thing for sure.
Motherfucker going to show up 28 minutes into the show talking about a multitude of things. I'm trying to give you shit. Go ahead.
So Ravens and Chiefs for sure. Like, look forward to that rematch. Hopefully we play well. Hopefully receiving core looks better. Hopefully the new defensive coordinator, Zach Orr, is able to implement things. I know they got some banged up receivers in Kansas City, so we'll see how that goes. Travis Kelce, he's impossible to stop. You already discussed Packers and Eagles. That's definitely an intriguing game. Hopefully everybody comes out safe. Ain't gonna go into detail, but like hopefully everything goes well with that. Texans and Colts. I'm intrigued by that. I want to see how CJ Stroud and Stephon Diggs look. And I'm interested to see because we discussed it before. Anthony Richardson only has 17 starts, like since college, if I'm not mistaken. So
the time is now.
Yeah, for sure. Jaguars and Dolphins is pretty intriguing, for sure. I think that'd be a shootout, high scoring game. I see the Dolphins winning that one because they're good in the hot weather. And
they got the best September home field advantage. Jaguars a little bit weaker than they were last year, but that Dolphins defense, we've talked about it a lot, man, missing a ton of guys. So I can see the Jaguars moving the ball as well. Yeah, I can see that.
Rams and Lions is pretty intriguing too. Of course, y'all in the Jets, and even I'm gonna check out the Commanders and Buccaneers. Like for 4 o'clock game, I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. Well, that is week 1. Next week we'll be back to react. We'll be back to laugh. We'll be back to make fun of each other. Please check out our college football show. It's out, came out earlier on in the week, covering the disastrous start of the season for Florida State Seminoles, along with USC and Notre Dame really kind of making a statement about the team they're going to possibly be going forward. Good show. Check it out. It's on the page. Of course, me and True come on the Weekend Wrestling. There's going to be a lot of wrestling to review. 3 pay-per-view weekends in a row. It's been wild. And then, of course, I do guest spots over there on United Football Media. We talk more football, college, and NFL. If the DAR fix just ain't quite enough, check them out over there on their YouTube page as well for all of your football needs. We got goodness great. You know what? We're fucking loaded with musical artists here. We got both of y'all with solo albums. We got you guys with an album fucking together. Tell a little bit. True, your release schedule changed just a bit, right?
Yeah, for a reason, a couple reasons. I explain at a later date, but I got a joint that should still be coming out on September 9th. It's pretty much some of the songs that I had on Soul Revival 6. That's being pushed to November to coincide with pretty much the release date of the very first one. So trying to have continuity with my projects. But I got Before the Revival that's dropping probably, like I said, probably Monday. And then we have I think the next project. No, actually that's Apollo's. Apollo has his joint. I think it was. I don't want to speak on it, so I'll let Apollo speak on that one. But I know for us, we have Time Is of the Essence. It's an album with myself and Apollo HS. That's looking like late September, early October. Soul Revival 6 is November 3rd, which is the anniversary date of the first Soul Revival. So that'll be out. There's a whole bunch of music we've been sitting on for months that nobody's heard yet. So it's time to be back outside. It's DAR season, so it's time to be back outside a little bit.
The fall, always DAR season. Apollo, what about your stuff?
Oh yeah. So we got the album with me and Shaggy, the Sin album. That's out in stores everywhere. The project that True is referring to is going to be actually like a quote unquote ultimate edition through my last solo project, the Bird Sing. And I'm basically combining that and the deluxe edition that dropped 2 years ago, and I'm adding like 3 new tracks, and just because it's kind of hard to find the deluxe edition on some streaming platforms. I found out, so it's like I want to put it all together, So that's coming
There you
out.
go.
That's coming out on the 17th, and then like Drew said, we got Times of the Essence coming out shortly after that.
Axe, other than getting ready for beating Bobby Flay, what's going on in the hoop panel, man? What's the last couple things you covered over there?
Last thing we had covered was the rookies and which players in the NBA that we think can take a leap, and just mainly wanted to focus on the young players since we're kind of the days before training camp and bridging the gap. I do 5 to 10 videos per week. I just released one on Dr. J on TikTok and Twitter. The Hoop Panel, Unstoppable Acts on Twitter. I got to add more to YouTube as well for YouTube Shorts, but they're all 1 to 2 minutes, not too time consuming, informative about multiple players from different generations, NBA, WNBA. I got some more coming with some WNBA players since it's about to be playoff time. Some of those will probably be on DAR's page as well, so look out for
Hell
that.
yeah. The most creme de la creme, the premium, as you can hear, all of these things going on. We are DAR, and our world never stops.
I let it get too far, bearing the cross like Knights Templar. For my children, I'm the exemplar. Gem star, twinkle in my kids' eyes, it makes me want to cry. Self-prophecy, not accepting mediocrity. Socrates was a thief, shame on the democracy. Dealing with enough, let alone the cops blocking me. Anything else is obsolete. Forsake Pete, I will defeat all that lays at my feet. Keep the biz discreet. $1,000 vacation homes with expensive feasts. Some niggas say they friends but lie through their teeth. Loose lips, pillow talking this shit. Getting themselves in the mix, plotting on your chick. But I ain't changed a bit. I'm as real as it gets. Still pounding my fist. Shock Sports is a hit. All my time in the grit. DAR media, we send it a blitz. Fuck all the glamour and glitz, yeah. Niggas steady talking, but they can't main. 8 chests in its form on the same thing. 20 years in, rolling with the same gang. You can say what you want, niggas ain't changed. Niggas ain't changed, 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 niggas ain't changed. Flow master, dope habits, rope couplets, flow patterns. Justin Jefferson with catches, you can see the toe dragging. Old spasms, old fashions, Pelly Pelly, old classics, old Bama, roll tide, but I ain't doing no passing. Got these people claiming gangster, no you ain't that dog. Even producers turning shaky, yeah you ain't that dog. Niggas is bitch made pussy, yeah you ain't that dog. But I seen this shit coming, trust me, let me think back dog. They tell me that karma's a bitch and how it came back dog. I supported all of them artists when they ain't back, y'all. See, it's funny, this industry, you couldn't change that, dog. So when I see them play their tactics, I just aim that, dog. Cause these niggas ain't been that honest, but no loyalty. I said we needed royalties, and motherfuckers went and looked astonished. This is candid, but it's random. If you think a show and promise, cause they hate you if you asking questions before moving onward. These MCs are in it only now for opportunities. Place missing checks, a tagline that done influenced them. But see, this is obvious, and even now no unity in fighting black men not of the same community. Damn, now who we are? Not real ones, I see it clear. Niggas steady talking, but they can't main. 8 chests in its form on the same thing. 20 years in, rolling with the same gang. You can say what you want, niggas ain't changed. Niggas ain't changed, 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 niggas ain't changed. Niggas steady talking, but they can't main. 8 chests in its form on the same thing. 20 years in, rolling with the same gang. You can say what you want, niggas ain't changed. Niggas ain't changed, 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 niggas ain't changed.